These are the small and medium enterprises in Cebu. They are collectively responsible for the steady growth of the Cebu economy in recent years. They treat their people well. They pay good wages. And they are marketing Philippine products worldwide. They are doing their vital share in nation building. But what is not too apparent is that they have also been promoting environmental awareness and safeguarding the environment by adopting EMS, or environmental management systems in the workplace. These companies are being supported by the Cebu Furniture Industries Foundation, or CFIF, through their Philippine Environment Partnership Program. The success of this program has led to its replication and expansion to other sectors by the Pearl 2 project of the Canadian International Development Agency, or CIDA. We visit Detalia Aurora Incorporated, which has been operating since the 1980s. The owner's son, Marco Sarmiento, is the manager.
But we started off as really rattan, mainly rattan, that's actually all we did. And now, with the trend, rattan has really kind of veered away from the industry, and we've gotten into more wood, as well as using natural materials. So that's our look now.
Marco's factory is bright and airy, with people organized and working in a systematic layout, unlike before.
Except the layout was just different, so it was more time consuming. Instead of a U pattern, it was going from different areas, which took a lot more time, no? More or less.
When Marco attended the EMS seminars run by the Cebu Furniture Industries Foundation, he became aware of the advantages of balancing production management needs with environmental management concerns.
Actually, this is a result of our re-layout. Before this, it's a lot more cramped, and you have that congested feeling. So the people, which it affected in our people, their working environment has improved greatly, and performance has been better since we've done this.
Since implementing the new layout in the workplace, things have not only improved for the workers, but also for the company's profitability.
Yeah, the feedback has been much better than before, and you can see it with their performance. Like I said earlier, efficiency was really our goal, and you can see it in our production time, in our figures. We've really improved in that department.
The company has gone on to install other enhancements in the workplace, such as dust collectors to prevent dust from filling up the air, and paint spray booths to keep paint spray from affecting those nearby.
When CFIF set up all these environmental seminars and the awareness, it benefited us in many ways. One, I think environment is something that we don't normally look into firsthand, but it's something that we definitely have to look into. And having done this relayouting, having put more spray booths, having put more dust collectors, it has made the whole environment safer, cleaner, and like I said again, it goes back to being more efficient as opposed to the old prehistoric methods of painting out in the open air and all the dust being spread around. I think this has really benefited not only us, the company in general, but the workers, I think, more importantly.
He realized that improving their production systems can have a positive impact on the people and the environment. We visit Nature's Legacy, famous for their quality work in stone casting. They are also a multi-awarded company, considered by the government as one of the best-managed export companies in the country.
We would like to show that we can do our own small way with regards to the various environmental concerns that we need to act upon, especially with our waste reduction program, our waste segregation program, and of course our water conservation management system, which is quite become an institutionalized part of our operations.
Many of Nature's Legacy's products have to undergo water testing to check for leakages. This test uses up more than 1,000 liters of water a day. During the dry season, this huge demand for water would impact heavily on the community's groundwater supply, so the company decided to rely on rainwater instead. By building 2 huge tanks, the company can now store up to 25,000 liters of rainwater. Another good neighbor policy is the company's decision to shut down its mill when the neighbors complained of the dust. Instead of trying to recover their loss from the mothballed milling machines, they instead went on to develop a new and less dusty way of creating stone-casted products without going through the milling process. This has made the company even more profitable to this day.
The number one impact that it has when we reduced our operations in the milling section was that we were able to reduce to zero our complaints from the community surrounding areas. And in fact, we also received some commendation from the barangay telling us that they appreciated very much that we heard their concerns and were able to act on it.
And what about waste and garbage? How do they handle it?
We do have, but we're trying to reduce the amount of garbage that we're having. Like basically, we collect our, we have our what we call the garbage bins, no? Those biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and basically we collect them every Saturday, and we try to sort out those that are still recyclable.
And is this commitment reflected in the company's official policy?
So basically, we have this our own environmental management policy, wherein our objective is basically to reduce the environmental stress caused by our operations. And in order to reduce this, we also need to basically involve all of our stakeholders, our customers, our surrounding community, our workers, and our suppliers. And of course, to be a model to the various work organizations so that they can basically also see and maybe follow that we can implement all of these waste management systems. It's really not that difficult. So to be able to set an example that these waste management systems are not really that difficult and it's basically attainable.
We move on to nearby Molave Industries Incorporated, makers and exporters of traditional classic rattan furniture. This is a comparatively small export company by Cebu standards, but it occupies more than 10,000 square meters in Mandaue City. All the products here are handmade, from the bending of the rattan to the assembly to the sanding and the finishing. Everything is done the way it's always been done, the traditional Filipino way.
During the seminar, we were able to touch some of the things that we really can use in the operations that we didn't know that it was really things that could really be a part of improving our system. After the seminar, we were able to check the lines that we were so glad that we were able to see that there were a lot of leaks on the lines that made us operate the 3 compressors, and during that time we corrected all the leakings, and until this time we were so happy that we're only operating or running 1 unit compressor.
By just checking for leaks, the company was able to save money and power. They now operate only 1 compressor, whereas before, they used to run as many as 3 compressors at the same time.
Based on what we learned in the EMS, there are a lot of things, small things, that we used to plan to implement here in the factory. Like, for example, cost savings as far as water usage is concerned, disposal of the garbage, especially those the segregation of waste, and especially the oil and wastewater from the boiler. Our boiler is a wood waste boiler, so we don't have any waste except the the skin of the rattan.
For a company with very little wastage and garbage, what do they intend to do with their EMS?
Actually, we have oil, a little volume of oil from the car, the trucks, and we store that in a place where we assign that for storage area. We just store that in a barrel, on a plastic container. So far, all we dream is that we can only minimize wastage. Just that's all.
And finally, we visit PEBA Trading and Manufacturing Corporation in Mactan Island. We ask the General Manager, Ricardo Cagasan, about how they have been implementing their brand of EMS.
We implemented the EMS program sometime in 2004, and with the help of CFIF, and at the time it was also there was a representative from DNR. We implemented some of the changes that we have in this company. One of that is we improve our floor layout. We used to run 6 lines simultaneously, which is manned by an average of 15 people in each line. By coming up with an improved layout, we reduced that to just 3 lines, and we were able to produce, I would say, an increase in volume as compared to our previous layout. We used to, with the 6 lines that we have before, we used to produce 4 containers every week. By reducing it to just 3 lines on a continuous basis, we were able to ship as many as 6 to 7 containers per week.
Applying the old adage, less means more, PEBA was able to improve efficiency and increase output by employing an assembly line system using a conveyor belt with small rollers. People and not machines make up this assembly line. After all, Philippine crafts and products are done by hand. Here, they are created in a much quicker, more efficient, and well-organized manner.
We focus on improving the cleanliness of our factory. We minimize the number of medical cases here in the company, and before we have to tackle with issues of our neighbors complaining of fumes, dust that are coming out of the factory, but since we installed spray booth in our factory, that has been eliminated.
The company is sensitive to the need to become a good neighbor in the community, and this has redounded to not only more goodwill, but also to an even more profitable bottom line.
The productivity of our factory had improved, and of course that also boils down to our bottom line. We have noticed a significant increase in our net profit, have improved by 15% as compared to those years that we haven't implemented yet this program.
Detalya Aurora Incorporated, PEBA Trading and Manufacturing Incorporated, Molave Industries Incorporated, and Nature's Legacy Incorporated. 4 businesses doing what's best for their company, their workers, and their customers. 4 companies profiting from improved environmental practices. By 2007, 40 companies in Cebu are still continuing their EMS programs under CFIF's Philippine Environment Partnership Program. This program is being replicated and expanded by CIDA's Pearl 2 project to include other sectors such as the fashion accessories sector.